Hey there, and welcome to the Brittany Wheeler Show. Join Brittany as she interviews incredible people whose stories will uplift you and remind you the life you long for is just ahead. Buckle up for an inspirational ride to your best life. Take it away, Britt.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Brittany Wheeler Show. I am so excited that you've come back. You've decided to listen to another amazing episode because you guys are in for a treat. And I'll tell you what, I had to tell my guest that we had to get started because the stuff that he was saying offline was so on fire. I was like, Jeff, we got to hit record. And so if you're watching on YouTube, you could obviously see him, his excitement, his joy. It's just radiating through the camera. And if you can't see him because you're listening, go on YouTube and check it out there as well. I want to go ahead and jump in and introduce Jeff so we can just have the best conversation ever. There's going to be so many amazing nuggets, and just be ready, you guys. He is a husband, a son, a brother, a friend, a dreamer, a leader, and recently, which is going to be so much part of the story, he is now the UNCW Parking Operations Manager. For those of you that don't know, UNC is a state, North Carolina state school system, and the W stands for Wilmington. So I am so excited to welcome my guest, Jeff Inmon, to the Brittany Wheeler Show. Welcome, my friend.
Man, I'm so happy to be here. And we're gonna talk about really cool stuff, and I'm just really happy to be with you. I know I'm kind of long-winded when I talk, but I just can't wait to give everybody the truth about how life goes when you don't think it's supposed to be going a certain way, and how you just got to trust faith.
Love it. I love it. So before we get into that, I pass on to my guests a segment where I really have found that it helps prepare the audience. Like, we know how we know each other, right? But like,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
got to tell
yeah.
the audience. So I'm going
Oh,
to pass to you to either share how we met, a story of us, or why you say yes to the podcast.
okay.
You can decide.
Let me. Okay. So, um, Brittany Wheeler, for those that are listening, you already know she is one of the coolest people ever, right? So we met on a ferry ride for the Downtown Business Alliance. The city of Wilmington hosts these once a month, and people get on there, and you're supposed to be. It's pick a business downtown. It's going to be Roosters Crow. It's going to be Georgia's on the Riverwalk. It's going to be Elijah's. If all these businesses get on there and they try to mingle and talk about how to better make downtown Wilmington more vibrant, what we need to do about parking, which is my role. We'll get to that in a second. But on the boat, I'm mingling, talking to people. Me and Brittany talk, and it was immediately like, we have to figure out how to do this. So what happened on that boat was we sat down and we were trying to figure out how to make Castle Street more vibrant. The immediate conversation was, look, Castle Street, sorry, for those of you that don't know, let me give you some more context. Castle Street is downtown Wilmington. It is a growing street. There is restaurants. There are arts and crafts shops. There are barbershops. There are, trying to parse my words, but there's gay and lesbian, DEI, whatever, right? So it's this melting pot of stuff. Coffee shops, excuse me. But we were immediately talking about what can we do to revitalize it? How can we bring people downtown? First thing we talked about, I haven't known Brittany more than 5 minutes. First thing we talked about was, look, we might need to figure out how to get a drive-in movie theater spot on the side of the building. My brain's failing me, Brittany. Like, stop me if I'm missing the wrong street. But we were trying to figure out how to get a drive-in movie theater thing to happen. And by the way, the part that I want to really make sure is evident is Castle Street in Wilmington, North Carolina is one of these microcosms of how cool America can be and how cool Wilmington is. If you're not from Wilmington, if you're not from here, first thing you do, you uh, go to Curry Beach, Carolina Beach, whatever. When you come downtown, you got to come to Castle Street. What's the name of the Brittany? What's the name of the
The coffee
cooking
shop?
spot? What is it?
The coffee shop? Or are you talking about
No,
Castle Street Kitchen?
there's a cooking spot right there. They serve fried food right there.
Oh, On Time.
On look, if you couldn't feel that moment right there, you have to come to On Time, and it's spelled exactly how you think it would be. ONTHYME.
Mm,
Best
sounds
thing
good.
ever. Fried shrimp, fried chicken. Anyway, and again, we're keeping it real on the Brittany Wheeler podcast today, right?
We always do.
The fact that she had that ready to rock as my brain was failing tells you everything. On Time, Castle Street. But great point I'm getting to is I met Brittany. We were trying to figure out how we could make downtown Wilmington better. At the time, and we'll get to this later, but at the time, I was the assistant parking manager for the city of Wilmington, and which is a very vital role. I'm dealing with businesses. I'm dealing with residents. Like matter of fact, and we'll get to this, but I'm still having to. They still call me. They
Mhm.
downtown Wilmington residents, downtown business owners call
Yeah.
me.
Because you built such a relationship with them, like you,
Relationship building is critical
yeah.
to everything.
And
Yeah.
can I tell you something really cool about that drive-in movie theater? So I worked with Castle Street Collective at the time. I'm no longer with the nonprofit. So there's a nonprofit that um incorporated to oversee just all the things,
Sure.
business, residents, beautification. They're doing incredible work. And they're working with DBA. Well, before I had left, I started, like we talked about, I wanted to create a space where no matter your socioeconomic class, no matter your race, no matter what you brought to the table, like you could come and experience something for free. Because the reality is, if you don't know Wilmington, you don't know Castle Street, it is the south side of town, predominantly Black community that struggles in poverty. And so I recognize that our community was a blend of people. And if we're going to just only do stuff that costs money, we're isolating an entire group of individuals that need to be served and loved. And so we started doing the movie nights, and they did I think 3 last year, and they're doing another set this year, and they're free. And we work with this awesome company called Coastal Entertainment. And I remember going to see Greg, the owner, and he was hosting another event. And I look at the desktop of his computer, and Jeff, this will just be full circle for you. And it's such a heart moment, is like in the space, the lawn space where they were using the field. One of the business owners owns that property and allows the Castle Street Collective to use it. And so the picture was of one of the first movies that they did. And there is so many different people sitting there. And right at the corner is a homeless man's cart. And and he's standing there and he's a part of it. And I was like, this is what it's about. This is it, right? That is literally the epitome of what Castle Street is that anybody can be there and should be there. And this photo happens to portray this beautiful moment where it doesn't matter your situation. You can still experience some free hot dogs in the sand lot or whatever. And so that is the legacy that whether how long I am in Wilmington, that I will continue to leave, is this beautiful moment where the community can come together, no matter any other circumstances, to watch a movie, to just be together, and also just a redemption in my eyes of what Wilmington has experienced with racial divisiveness and hatred and hurt. That's the one thing that I could do. It's beautiful.
I can't top what you just said. But yes, let's keep it real. In a time where things are not harmonious or things kind of seem like people are afraid, Castle Street's one of these weird things where, like, everybody's there and everybody can come together and there's no foolishness. Like, by the way, I challenge somebody once they get done leaving the podcast today. Go on Google Maps. Go on Google Maps. Pull up Castle Street and do the street view. You're going to see black, white, gay, black, white, gay, black, white, gay. Everybody's hanging out.
Yeah.
It's not this like nebulous, crazy thing for it to be okay.
No, and there's Hispanic business owners, there's Latino
Yes.
business owners,
Yes, sorry, yes.
there's a couple that opened a smoothie shop, they're a biracial couple. Like, it's the way it should be, is really what it comes down to.
And again, I mean, we got to cover a lot of stuff, but long story short, me and Brittany.
That was it. Yeah.
Me and Brittany were trying to solve stuff day one.
And we had some really great things, you know, and here's the thing is, like, I believe it's so important to connect with people. You just don't even know, like, how you can come together and collaborate, how you can come together and solve problems. And, you know, for me, like, what you were doing in the city of Wilmington as the parking, you know, manager, I just saw that there's so many opportunities to create solutions that benefit everybody, and not everybody thinks like that, you know. And I think that's why we jived, just because you were so willing to be like, what do you got? Let's talk it out, you know. And then we vibed, you know, and shared those thoughts.
And to your point, I as a Black man moving to Wilmington from Raleigh, it does not, I can't find the right word. I get the weight of what's gone on down here. And to me, when I'm walking the streets and I'm in a position to not only kind of change the narrative from some of the past Wilmington stuff, right? But also, this isn't Black stuff. This is just white stuff too. Like, when I'm talking with a resident on 4th Street and they're mad about somebody parking in front of their house, there's nobody better in the business than me to, like, really care, like, deep down, like, one, are they doing the right thing? Should they have been parked there? How do we fix it? I'm actually going to lose sleep to try to figure it out. And then if I can't figure it out on my own, especially at my time with the city of Wilmington, it was, okay, watch this. Let me go put it. And again, I get to have, like, this carte blanche with city council members, and we would everything city of Wilmington, like we were actually getting ready to about there's a church on 4th Street, and I don't know if they're going to be hearing this today or whatever, but there was just a internal moment when I was the assistant parking manager to go above and beyond to make sure that there was inclusiveness and that there was the ability to be heard, and you had somebody that was advocating for you.
Yeah.
That's what I think I left with them before I came to UNCW.
I love that. Well, and I feel like people are getting to know your heart right now, but
Oh man,
I want to take people back, because they're getting the meat and potatoes of you right now. But I want them.
Okay.
I want you to take us back. Like, I'm excited to hear this too. You know, I want to hear about, what were you like as a young man? Like, what were you dreaming of? What did Jeff look like then? Right? Because I mean, you're not from here. You're from Raleigh, right? So that's part of it.
So okay. So what's cool about what's about to happen is I think everybody's going to be able to pick bits and pieces out about what I say and how it applies to life. So I'm from Raleigh. Grew up in a very nice neighborhood. My parents got divorced when I was 5. So you automatically kind of grow up quickly with the divorce thing, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Did you have siblings?
nope.
Okay.
Only child stuff. Great
Wow.
follow up. We'll come back to that. But divorce is heavy,
Yeah.
and at 5, it's extra heavy because you kind of already know that your parents are just human beings being, right? They're just human beings being. They didn't get along, and that's it. So you learn that quick at 5, right? But then I'm from Raleigh, so I would see my dad on the weekends. Grew up with my mom primarily, um, but ultimately, what happened was I ended up becoming like a really cool athlete.
Mm.
Um, uh, I mean, you can't tell from where we're sitting and talking, but I'm about 6'4", 240. I ended up getting a football scholarship to the University of Arizona from Raleigh.
Wow.
Um, which is a lot there too. So like you've got to be halfway talented to be an athlete to get that kind of recognition, to get the scholarship. But then what happened when I went to the University of Arizona was uh, I wasn't the athlete I thought I was, right? So it didn't pan out that way.
You
And then
went
I
from
ended up,
being you were the big fish in the small pond, and now you're the small
yeah.
fish in
So
the big
like,
pond.
okay. So I went to a private Catholic school for high school. So I'm running over these little kids,
It was cute.
and all these people are seeing this college tape, and they're like, "Oh my God, we have a rock star." But then when I get to, you know, Arizona, I did my thing there too, but it wasn't. I didn't. I wasn't going to the NFL, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this part of the story is important. So it didn't go right. I ended up coming back home. So I transferred off after my sophomore year.
Okay.
I came back home and I got my degree from NC State. So my parents instilled in me, make sure you get your degree whatever happens.
Yeah.
Get your degree. So came back home, got my degree from NC State in political science. Was going to go into teaching, right? Then what happened was I ended up getting a job at a warehouse doing like forklift stuff, right? I was there for 2 years. So let me give you a timetable just so we're on the same page. So that was 2025. Again, you got to remember, I have a full-on degree. I've been to the
Wait,
West
you mean
Coast.
2005, right?
Yes,
Okay, you said 2025. I was
2005.
like, the audience is tripped right now.
Oh
2005.
no, no, sorry. Follow me, follow me.
Okay.
I went, I, I went to the University of Arizona in 1997.
Okay.
I was there 2 years. I came back home and got my degree from NC State. Then I started working at a warehouse with a political science degree, which you would think, oh my God, I have a degree. Oh my God, I can be 4,500 like automatically. No, I've got a hand truck. I'm doing the forklift thing. I got riffed from that position in 2005. Rift. Now, rift means reduction in force, meaning that eventually that if you're a state employee, you get the next position that's open with the state.
Mm.
Watch this. Got rift all out of the blue. I ended up getting a job with parking enforcement with NC State. Not glamorous. You're riding around giving the parking tickets out. I can tell you it was hard for me to tell people what I did for a while,
Mm.
right? I'm this big football player, got this scholarship. What happened? Now you're doing parking tickets,
Dang. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What happens is that is 2006. I need to fast forward the story to 2022. I've been there 15 years at that point,
Mm.
right? I have excelled with parking enforcement. I've got promoted within the department. I am now the parking operations supervisor, right? The parking operations manager position comes open 2022. I've been there 15 years, started from the bottom, been getting cussed out in the field, writing parking tickets. And again, you got to remember, I'm this big football player. I can't believe I'm even having to do these parking tickets, right? Fast forward to all of that, like you, and again, there was relationship building the whole time.
Yeah.
Of those 15 years.
Yeah.
You get to the end point where you are the top internal candidate. They gave it to somebody else. You got to remember, I'm an NC State graduate. I done left Arizona, came back to NC State to get the degree, started from the rudimentary bottom, writing parking tickets. And then parking tickets, by the way, at that point, they're not cool as they are now with this license plate recognition, people driving around scanning stuff. This was old school decals on the windshield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, my heart got broken. Heart got broken. There's no way that somebody's better for the job than me. I'm from Raleigh. I'm an NC State graduate. I've been here 15 years. I know the whole department. I know everybody on campus. They gave it to somebody else. So what happened was, instead of me being disgruntled, I said, okay, fine. And actually, I really am fond of the guy they gave it to now. But at the time, I was very upset.
Well, yeah.
I was deeply hurt.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to get to is, they did give me the job. I said, they're wrong. They're wrong. And I would, and I'm going to prove that they're wrong. I ended up getting the assistant parking manager job for the city of Wilmington 6 months after that. So like you then like you, I'm actually leaving out like really big pieces of the story. But the point I'm trying to get to is, you might think that something's for you. You might think something's for you. There's something bigger coming that you had no idea about.
Yeah.
So let me do some more.
I have a
Brittany, hang on 1
question.
second. Go ahead. Come on.
I have a question. So as you're sharing that timeline, a couple of things came to mind. Is like, in that 15 years, number one, I feel like God was working on your pride. And number two, how much of that time did you keep yourself there because of your pride?
Well, so let me just double back on the timeline you're talking about. So I'm working through everything, right? And then when I get to that end point where we have there's a new position open, I think to what you're saying is, my ego was not mature enough to handle the decision they gave.
Well, and that was a theme, right? Like, you're seeing that, and as the audience is listening, they're seeing that theme from like going from top dog, right, in football. Like, it's literally, it just that carried you, and then you go to Arizona, you come back, then you're like, well, my ego, I'm too good for this, and literally that ends up being the theme until finally the biggest nail that hits the coffin. It's like, we got to be done with this.
You've got it. You got it. You got it. So you get what you think is this really terrible news about not getting a position.
Yeah.
And I think what I haven't expressed was so in that 15 years, I got married. Me and my wife, we talked about, we always wanted to live at the beach when we retired. We always wanted to live at the beach. That was the steady drumbeat. The whole time we got married. We got married. We got married in 2015. So this is while I'm at NC State. The point I'm getting to is, I get the bad news from NC State. 6 months later, you get your wish. you get a better job. You get to live at the beach. Selfishly, there's a little bit of like, I wanted to be ha 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 ha. I showed you right.
Yeah.
So you get that.
Yeah.
And you get the assistant parking manager for the city of Wilmington job, which is a very big deal.
Yeah.
A very big deal.
Mm.
So what's happening is this whole time you think you got one thing brewing, and then again, this is like anybody who's listening that has a state job and knows about years of service. You're thinking about this clock that's ticking in your mind about trying to get to retirement too the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. They did give me the NC State job. Watch this. I'm going to the city of Wilmington. Boom. Clock still ticking with years of service. All that's cool. And you get you get your wish. The story doesn't stop there. The story does not stop there. So you get your wish, right? You've been through some trauma, you get your wish, right?
Yeah.
I was at the city of Wilmington for 3 years. This is how I met Brittany as well, too. City of Wilmington, assistant parking manager, doing great stuff. We got 300 South Front Street. We got their residential signage changed. We went gateless at the Skyline Center. If you're at the Skyline Center for a concert at Live Oak, that is a Jeff Inmon production. Let there be no doubt. Also, that's also in conjunction with our parking contractor pivot. But we made big strides, right? So again, the part of the story that needs to be remembered. There's this crossroads with NC State that I thought I was supposed to have a university job.
Yeah.
The Creator, God, Yahweh, whoever you pray to, gets me to Wilmington for the assistant parking manager gig, right? The UNCW Parking Operations Manager job comes open. The whole thing I wanted from the start of my career comes open with UNCW. I know you can see behind me all the Seahawks stuff. Do you see how God works?
Yeah. So good.
He had a plan the whole time.
Whole time.
I'm gonna get you to Wilmington first. Okay. You want to be at the beach?
Yeah.
You and your wife want to come down here? Great, we got it. Now I'm really going to show out. You want to work at a university, don't you? And that university is state service stuff. Everything transfers.
Yeah. So cool.
I'm gonna give you exactly what you want.
So cool.
But you have to believe and trust the plan that you don't see.
Yeah.
Which is heavy. And that's and faith is hard to do. And I don't want to get to preaching on your show today, Britt, but there's something there's like scripture that talks about not worrying.
Yeah. Matthew 5:26, I think. Yeah. And it's easier said than done, right? Like and that's the point. Like that's the whole point of God. He's not saying it's going to be easy. He's just saying, I got you. Right. And I think we forget that. Right. And I know that one of the things that I've been, even as you were sharing this timeline in your story, like as we talk about those moments, like first off, what was God like in your life? And how did that journey play out? Almost 20 years exactly played out. 20 years.
Let me be like really clear, and then I don't know who's gonna like hear this and be upset. I don't care, but there was stuff that tested your mental fortitude along the way as well. That's preparing you for something you don't know about. I'm trying to give you an example. Okay, so I'm at NC State. I've been there 15 years. I'm the senior man. all of a sudden, all of a sudden, um, um, they hire a new guy, and then they reduce my role there. Um, so what are they telling me? What are they what are they telling me? Like in my mind, I'm hurt. I feel like I'm being picked on. I don't get it. I don't understand it. What's happening in that moment where you're like, why is this going sideways?
Yeah.
It's not going sideways. It's
Rejection's
making you
protection.
stronger when you get to the thing you're supposed to get to. And I'm the testimony. I'm telling you right now, as I sit in this office talking to you as the parking operation manager of UNCW, and I love all my NC State people, by the way. We're all family, we're all friends, whatever. If you hear this, I still love you. But the point I'm getting to is you had to go through some stuff to be able to handle what you're going to go through next.
Yeah.
Um, I think what I really want to express to the group is um, you get things when you're prepared for it as well too. I remember very distinctly at NC State, this role I thought I was made for, designed for, right?
Mm.
I remember talking with the hiring manager, and when he told me, he was like, "Jeff, we went with a we went with a different candidate. Hard thing to hear. We thought they were better qualified than you, and by the way, we think they'd be a good mentor for you as well." So you talk about being humbled, right? So you hear all that, and you're like, "Okay, fine." So I think the part also too of the story is I think there's something to having grace. I think grace is important. I didn't I wasn't a butthole. I wasn't disgruntled walking around. I helped the new guy get buttoned up.
Yeah.
I helped show him all the ropes I knew, even though deep down I know more than him.
Yeah.
I know I'm more qualified than him. I know that, right? But watch what happens. What happens is belief in yourself. I end up getting the assistant parking manager job at the city of Wilmington, which to me is higher than NC State, 6 months later. There's no way I'm mentally prepared for that to come. I didn't know that was coming. I had no idea that's coming.
Yeah.
And again, shout out to Chance Dunbar for giving me the chance to come down here and and um and uh and do the right thing, man. Like the whole time, like when I got the job with the city of Wilmington, it was like I'm gonna do all I can to make downtown Wilmington great.
Yeah.
And
Well,
uh, to this moment, it makes me kind of like tear up a little bit because when I would be downtown, when I when I was downtown, I'd be on the street walking, trying to just handle something. Everybody would ask me. They'd be like, "Mr. Inman, are you a pastor?" So there was something bigger than me on getting the job.
Mhm.
And then the other part of that, and I don't want to just like glance over what I just said. That's a big deal. When people saw me, they thought I was a pastor, Britt,
It's incredible. It's incredible.
but that wasn't the end of the story. And I don't know if UNCW is the end of the story, but
Right.
it got me to UNCW. I am the parking operations manager here.
It's incredible.
I oversee everything over here. Appeals,
Yeah.
boots.
Well, and I wanna know a little bit too, 'cause I feel like everyone's getting to hear your integrity and your heart and just your heart to serve. At what point did you, because I think it's a collective choice. I think it's a decision, but it's also a heart and head connection. And so at what point in your career, if you remember a time when you knew that this was gonna be so much more than just parking?
So I at NC State, at, and this gets back to just I thought that was my end goal.
Yeah.
At NC State, there was so much stuff about the technology of where we were going with everything.
Mhm.
The We ripped out every gate at all the decks at NC State. And then the other thing that I want to express to everybody listening is the future, the future of life and driving and parking. You do realize we're about 10 years away from flying cars.
Mm.
10 years away, right? The only thing stopping it right now is that flying cars. They have a very loud, almost like a helicopter sound. It's not good for residences, right?
Mm.
The point I'm getting to with that is at NC State, we were like doing so much futuristic stuff. I thought that was my landing spot. And even when I talk about flying cars, the parking profession, how it works is even if there's a flying car, you still got to land somewhere.
Mm.
So parking never goes away. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
So like at NC State, I had like honed all these skills that I thought were going to keep me there. Little did I know there was a bigger plan.
Mm.
And I think what I want to talk about with the crowd today that's listening is there is a bigger plan that you don't know. It's in his time. It's when he wants to do it for you. It's how he wants to unveil it to you. You think you have control. You don't. You don't. There's a bigger plan you don't see. Um, and and the testimony today is one, 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 have faith. I think the fact that I can tell you today that um this is 2025, so this is 4 years removed from not getting what I thought was my dream job.
Mhm.
The creator, whoever we're talking about, puts you in a position to have exactly what you thought you wanted. And then, by the way, if you think he's done showing out, if you think he's done showing out, that's not true. I'll give you an example. I give you an example that we probably should have brought up before we got on the horn today, Britt. But so me and my wife got married late in life.
Mhm.
Um, I am 46. My wife's 45. Me and my wife got married at 35, 36. We effectively no kids yet. We're still trying to get kids.
I love that.
So when I tell you about this testimony about
You're
how
you you
NC
you're basically
State
you're telling your wife, like, "Honey, we're not giving up because if he can do this, he can do anything. Watch out."
watch what happens. Faith, 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 faith,
Mm,
faith.
so good.
And you don't know the timetable. You think you are in control. You're not. You're not.
Jeff, this is
God's
like
got it.
this is this is even stuff that I need to hear. And I'm soaking up all the things that you're saying. For me, this is so important,
Yes,
even for someone that
yes.
surrenders and
So
walks very closely with God.
and the other thing is, and I didn't mean to turn it into a sermon,
Love it.
but you think I had any idea when I didn't get that job that I'd be wearing this badge today?
Mm,
Hang on, can you see
we
that?
can, yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah. UNCW, baby. I love it.
You thought I knew that was coming?
Mm-mm.
There's no way. There is no way.
Mm-mm.
And I think the other thing, and then Britt, I didn't mean to be preaching the
No,
whole
I
podcast.
love it. Honestly, it's
But
refreshing. I love getting to receive it. I'm over here being like,
but
some popcorn.
but 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 faith, you don't know what's coming next. Three is trust the process. If you're doing everything right, you're going to be successful. You're going to get what you want. You're going to get you're going to be satisfied with the outcome
Yeah.
because just being candid uh with you on the show today. um when I interviewed for the job at NC State, um I left that interview, everybody said, Jeff, you knocked it out of the park. There's nobody better for the job.
Hmm.
Came and got me after the interview. They probably shouldn't have done it, but they still went a different direction. So what you think is the reality, there's something better coming.
Yeah. Yeah. And things aren't happening.
Something you didn't see.
No, and things aren't happening to you, right? Like you thought that was happening to you. It actually was happening for you. And it's so easy for
That's
us
that.
in those moments of just being so overwhelmed emotionally that we can't remove ourselves to just pause for a second and be like, well, do I really want to be here? Do I actually want this? Is this relationship good for me? Do I really like these people I'm hanging out with? Right? Like we just get so caught up in the emotion that for 1 second we can't even think about like, am I even meant to be here? Right? Like, is this even right? And you told me
Right.
offline how, like, to kind of come full circle again, well, like when you sat in the interview for UNCW, it was like you just not only felt so it was so divinely orchestrated, but you were very much like, if it's for you, you have nothing to worry about, nothing to be fearful. You stepped into that, and the feedback they had given you was you could tell that you wanted this job. And there's something, like you said, so authentic and organic. But also when you step into something that you're meant for, God is not complicated. He's not confusing. He's simple, right? And that is what you experienced in that process was the simplicity of God.
Think this, and I look forward to the comments later. So you have talked before about this. So I have a stutter,
Mhm.
right? I've got a speech impediment sometimes when I talk, right? During my interview with UNCW, it was like a butterfly would float out of my mouth. There was no hiccup. There was no pause. There was no misstep. So it's like I'm telling you something real right
Yeah.
now on this podcast today.
Ah.
When something's for you, it flows out of your DNA. It will change your natural speech pattern.
Mm,
It's heavy.
so
It's
good.
heavy. And I don't want it to blow people's mind today what we're talking about, but I'm trying to give you an example.
Yeah.
Like if something's for you,
Nothing can be against you. Full stop.
nothing will stop it.
Mm.
Nothing will stop it.
I think that's gonna be the title of the
Oh,
podcast, by the
Britt,
way.
Britt, Britt, Britt. I didn't mean to be preaching today the
I
whole
love it. I
podcast, right?
love it.
But other thing too is even us meeting that day on the boat
Mhm.
got us to this point.
Yeah. Yeah. And like all the divinely orchestrated details and the timing and all of it. And something I'm wondering because I feel like you have learned so much in these 20 years in life in general, but so much of like what God has brought you through to get you here. I know there's somebody listening who is in the middle of it, right? They're in the desert. They're in the what am I doing? What's going on? What is something you can share with them to maybe give them comfort or also just encouragement of where you've been at?
I am the testimony. You're going to get 5 no's, and you're going to feel like, what in the world's going on? I'm telling you that he's working on something else that's going to blow your mind.
I love it.
That's the answer to your question, Britt.
Yeah.
You'll get 5 no's that you just know deep down that's supposed to be my job, that's supposed to be my marriage, that's supposed to be my whatever,
Mm.
whatever that thing may be. And I think the other thing too is the 5 no's, you're going to get something that you didn't know was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing that I want to talk about today is staying emotionally flat through it.
That's a good one.
You you are in charge of your emotions. It's up to you to get upset or not.
Yeah, that's good.
That is your choice
Yeah.
if you're going to be upset.
Yeah.
The next part of that though is you getting upset means you don't trust the process.
Ooh.
And if you trust the process, this is just you're just in the river floating.
Yeah. Grab a beer. It's gonna be a minute.
And then what is supposed to be for you. And by the way, BTW, you shouldn't be shocked when it comes.
Hmm.
Don't be like, oh my God.
Gosh, Jeff, I need to hear all of this today. Like this podcast is you at least blessed me. We bless one person every episode, and
Well,
I'm the one that you're blessing on top of anybody else that listens to this. Because like I'm like, man,
don't be shocked when it comes.
That is like that hits so hard of like, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked.
That was already in the plan.
Mm.
And be humble when you get it.
Mm.
He put you through
So good.
the BS before.
Yeah.
So you're buttoned up.
There's
You're ready.
There's something I experienced pretty recently too that I heard. I think it's really profound to share as it relates to your story. Is there was a story of a friend of mine who was sharing a particular incident or a particular moment in time where someone he knows was trying to pursue something that probably could have caused harm.
Yeah.
And they were pursuing it, and the family prayed and it didn't happen. They pursued it again, family prayed, it didn't happen. They pursued it a third time, they prayed, it didn't happen. And the fourth time it happened. And this person then now lives with regret over that decision. I say that to say, if you keep knocking, God will give you exactly what you want. And sometimes it is not what is best for you. And so just know that the rejection is protection, and you got to see him in it, because he will open the door on the fourth knock, even after he has closed the door and slammed your face and cut your toes. And, and so there needs to be a sense of what you said, which is be emotionally flat, be a degree separated, give yourself time to process when these big things happen so that you can come at it from a really aerial, bigger picture view instead of making the decision to go back and knock on that door. Because for your own situation, if you would have done the knocking and just waited, you would have literally blocked your own blessing, because you were never meant to stay where you were. You were meant to be somewhere else.
That's right. And the testimony that needs to be understood today is right now, I'm the Parking Operations Manager at UNCW. Right now, my wife and I, if we wanted to, we could go to Carolina Beach, Curry Beach, Wrightsville Beach right now.
Mm-hmm.
So our dream out. Don't get me started on like how like marriage works. Y'all are like working as one. Our dreams came true.
I love that. So
if you just sit back and just dang man,
have faith.
like I hope anything I said today, and again I don't know if I expressed it clearly,
No, you did an amazing job. And I actually have one last question for you because I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, you guys, like when one of the second or first times I sat down with Jeff, you know me, I'm pretty bold. And so I usually am okay with asking the questions or asking the things to call people up, like you guys are hearing it in his voice that God is working in him. God has given him a story. God has given him a testimony. And I did actually ask of him last time what his plan was when we first met. The question I have today is very much in line with that. So I'm interested to see what you say. But how I really want to understand, I really want to know right now, you've achieved your dream job. How have you realized that you're being called to live out something bigger? If you don't know what that is, that's okay. And what scares you about that?
Um, I told you that I'm from Raleigh.
Yeah.
Told you that when I walk the streets of downtown Wilmington, people ask me, am I a pastor? I think the answer to your question is, again, I'm only child too. My answer to your question is, I hate leaving my family, my wife's family in Raleigh. I hate it.
Mm.
I hate it. But I can tell you right now, I'm supposed to be down here.
Mm.
I'm supposed to be in New Hanover County. I'm supposed to be at UNCW 601 South College Road. I know that.
Yeah.
So the answer to your question is, it's there's a big sacrifice to not see your people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's terrible. You gotta go back to see people Mother's Day or whatever's coming up lately.
Yeah.
But um that is the hard.
Mm.
It's because you know that you need it down here.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know it, or you wouldn't have got the blessing.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
And then there's this other thing too where I think most people or sorry, not most, but I think people play it safe and just kind of stay home, stay like nearby their whole life. And I don't know. I mean, that might work for some people.
Yeah.
I think that you're supposed to be, I think that you're supposed to be intellectually curious. I think you're supposed to be brave.
Mm.
And I think you're supposed to be adventurous in what life has to bring you and show you.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt in my mind that there's no doubt in my mind because I have my dream job,
Mm.
by the way, that I had to make a tough decision to leave Raleigh and move my entire life down here to Wilmington and become invested in the community.
Yeah. Yeah. You weren't just working
Yeah.
remotely, you were part of what we're doing here. And I also think too, like, what you, uh, I think so much of what you did with the city obviously gives you such a unique set of skills coming to UNCW because a college campus is its own city operation, right? And so it's just such a unique set of skills that you also have such a different, in my opinion, right? The taxpayers you talked about earlier, that the stewarding is the student's tuition, right? So you can transfer those over, but also you have such a different sense of empathy and understanding because the livelihood was slightly different, right? Like these were literally life and death moments with people because it was their homes and it was their businesses. And so there's something almost refreshing to have done such challenging work and work really hard with people's lives in the city to then get to UNCW and have such a different perspective.
I mean, you said it better than I could. So I'm thinking I'm this well-rounded, ready for this next role or whatever. I value the NC State break,
Mhm.
city of Wilmington, then coming back to the university setting. You said it better than I could. I'm already a natural customer service person. I'm already naturally a empathetic person. That's already kind of innate to my stuff.
Yeah.
But then to get well, wait a minute. I'm talking about City of Wilmington now. Wait a minute. If I change a street sign, how does that impact the residents and how does it impact the businesses once we change that signage?
Yeah.
Uh, wait a minute. So 4th Street, I might be telling too much today on the Brittany Wheeler podcast
I can
today,
edit it out
but
if you need me to.
we're good. This is keep it in there. 4th Street right now it's free.
Mm-hmm.
4th Street downtown Wilmington is free. There is scuttlebutt about making that a street where you have to pay on.
And you and I
You
talked about
have
that
to,
extensively, how that is that literally will be the downfall of the city
we
of Wilmington's parking.
we nope. There's no business that's going to co-sign to this.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, we're just talking today
Yeah.
on the
We're just
on
casually,
the British.
chatting.
But I'm just saying, you and I know how that's going to go, right? Having that foresight about that process, even the thought of broaching that with City Council, right? You bring those tools and skill sets over to UNCW. I am a much better manager for my 3 years with the city of Wilmington
Absolutely.
operating here at UNCW
Wow.
to make this what it should be. So
Yeah.
it's
And
everything works in tandem.
I really want to see, and I don't know if this is going to be true, but I wonder if there potentially will be an opportunity for you and your role at UNCW to collaborate with the city, like,
Abs- ab- ab- so absolutely. So let there be no doubt. Uh, if anybody's familiar with UNCW, I don't want to bore your listeners or your viewers,
oh, they're
but
already in. They're 50 plus minutes in. They're in. They're good.
oh, so there are streets around here, UNCW's property that is city of Wilmington.
Dang.
That is their wheelhouse. Like if they wanted to, they could add a meter or whatever if they wanted to.
But it's a
I don't,
relationship between the university and the city that has this
and
beautiful, like, let's just keep it as it is.
and by the way, you got to remember unique opportunity here. I was the assistant parking manager with the city of Wilmington. Now I'm the parking operations manager. There's no reason why I can't talk with officials over there
Mm.
and we come to a conclusion that's not crazy.
Gosh, I
But
love that so much.
there's no reason. There's no reason.
No.
And then we didn't talk about this. And a question for you. Um, what are your top 5 food recommendations? I didn't mean to hog the podcast again,
No, you're
but
fine.
I've got 5, Britt. I wanted to hear your 5
I love
because
it.
and actually I'm hoping you have like some deep cuts, like something that nobody would ever thought of about Wilmington and where to go to eat. Now I've got 5 ready to rock right now.
Okay. And
Do,
this is
do,
also, you want to just take my spot? Because we're just heading into lifestyle questions. This is like a perfect transition into restaurants. And then I'll ask you the coffee shop question and the book question. It'll be great. Okay. 5. Oh gosh, this is a lot. Okay. Okay. Because like you put a lot of pressure when you said deep.
I know. That was on the spot.
That was on the spot. Okay. So if they're not deep enough cut, that's all right. But
Yeah.
I will say my favorite pizza spot in town, which I don't think it's as well known, so I consider a deep cut, is Cugino Forno on Princess Street. It's right next to High Wire Brewing. Italian
Ah,
ingredients. I love the manager. They just are good people that care about the city as well. And they have several locations they've got a location in the Triangle area, as well as like one in Maryland. It's great. They're great. Their pizza is the best, I think. And it's just like super simple. It's like picnic tables and like, You just get the pizza on a tray. Like let the thing be the thing, right? Is what I love about it. Is it's like no frills, no fuss. Bring your entire family, have a bunch of pies, you're good to go. Okay, and then I love, oh gosh. Okay, I'm like really focused on the deep cuts part, and I think it's blocking me emotionally. Okay, I love Black Taco in South Front.
Yeah. Wow.
Black
Wow.
Taco.
That's a deep cut.
It's one of my favorites because it's just like just it's just so delicious. We just found this new Indian spot that I'm like obsessed. It's called Indian Flavors. It's actually on College Road. It's not far from the university. It's in the plaza near Mission Barbecue. And the like, you got so much food. The food, like, it's just the flavors are delicious. Like, you can tell it's fresh. Let's see, so that's 3.
Yeah.
Ah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like in my mind, you guys, if you're watching me, I have like a Google Maps of all of the things like in my brain so that I don't miss any. Oh my gosh, this is like too much. Okay. Um I don't, oh gosh. Why is this so much
Wow.
pressure? All right, give me a couple and this will give me some time to like, yeah, you give me a
So
couple years.
let me just, so first of all, I brought that up for a couple of reasons. One, next podcast I come on, I'm the best cook I know.
Okay.
And we have to have a moment where I talk with you about everything I do, cooking related,
Love it.
whole different podcast. But to answer the question, so people don't know that this place is really awesome. First spot that people need to go to immediately, it's Benny's Pizzeria.
That's a good one. Benny's Big Time. Mm-hmm.
It's Benny's big time ambiance,
The Caesar salad
pizza,
is stupid. It is
stupid,
it's stupid.
stupid.
It shouldn't be that good. It's so good. And if people are the fun fact is they use the same flour that Cugino Forno uses. So if someone has a gluten sensitivity, they can eat the pizza. So that's a fun fact. So yeah, that's Caesar's. Now I want the Caesar salad. Thanks, Jeff.
So, and then that's in South District
Yeah, yeah,
downtown.
yeah. South Front. Mm-hmm.
You gotta be able. It's off the grid a little bit, not really off the
Oh my
grid.
gosh, I have a deep cut. Go, keep going. Go.
Okay. Second thing I had was Hieronymus.
I've been there too.
It's man. If you are raw oysters, if you are seafood platter, scallops, fresh fish of the day,
I have a
uh,
hot take. I want you to know your opinion. I don't think their collards were that good. Is that incorrect? Am I out of bounds?
oh, okay. So I could. Wait a minute. Oh my god.
Because I
I
was
just
like,
gave
well,
I just gave them a wreck. But yeah, I can co-sign.
okay.
Little, little, little
Everything else
iffy.
is great, but like your collards are questionable. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, cool.
All right,
I
all
don't
right.
feel so I don't feel so crazy right now.
Number three is Soul Flavor. Soul
Hmm.
Flavor's out by Carolina Beach.
I've been wondering about that spot.
So it's okay. It's and I would love. I hope somebody in the comments it's like, yo, Jeff ain't lying. Soul Flavor don't play. Hole in the Wall spot,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
best fried chicken in the world.
Mm.
They play reggae in there,
Love it.
so you're gonna get this really cool vibe. And then they have my brain's failing me right now, but Soul Flavor, best fried chicken, and they have different like pork chops,
Mm.
beef ribs, and again, okay, so Soul Flavor, yeah, it's gonna be a little ethnic on the spices, but but I'm telling you, it's worth checking out.
I love it.
The fourth spot I had on there was Michael's Seafood.
Okay, I haven't been
Mike
there yet.
Britt, uh, Michael Seafood is again. So I live out in Monkey Junction.
Mm-hmm.
I live by Ashley High School, point is, they are number 4 on my, if you want bang for your buck, New England clam chowder the way it should be,
Yeah, so good.
appetizers the way they should be. And then the last thing I had on here was Savores.
That's a good one. Oh my gosh, this is so funny that you say that. Finish what you're going to say because I'm going to say something else. Go ahead.
Savores. Not only do they have like 3 different specials every day, like they'll give you scallops
Mm-hmm.
wrapped up in whatever you
Mhm.
want,
Mm-hmm.
tortilla, taco, fajita, whatever. They have something called the yuca frites.
So good.
They're these potatoes, these wedge potatoes. I don't know how they do it. And anybody listening knows, if they've been there, they know what I'm talking about. So Vores is downtown Wilmington, Chestnut Street. Um, uh, um, if you haven't been there, you have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you on the Brittany Wheeler show
You
today.
gotta go. They have they make, it's just, and it's funny because, okay, so I have I have 3 more. I found 2
Okay.
more. And then the next one I'm about to say is not really that deep of a cut. So I actually,
Shut up.
Ceviche's, which is Savore's sister restaurant at the
Yes.
it is, they have these fried oysters with that sit on top of this beautiful, painted, for lack of a better word, schmear of curry sauce with red cabbage. It's and goat cheese in there, guacamole. It's just, it's so good. And you can go there and just get an app. You can get dinner. It's near the beach. So it's a Wrightsville
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. So, and then Britt, you got one more to go.
I know. Okay. So
You got 4.
I'm going to give you 2. So that was my sister free hot take. It wasn't really a deep cut. These 2 are deep cuts.
Okay.
Okay. So this
All
next
right.
one is I'm gonna go with it's called Pho 98, I think. No, Pho 68. It's a new pho restaurant on Market Street, started by a college student from UNCW. It is Pho Basil and this restaurant are tagged for the best. Everything else that I've tried in the city is crap.
Wait a minute. When you're talking about pho,
Mhm.
they the noodles twist the right way. Eh,
Like
because
everything, the
go ahead.
noodles twisted, the broth had what I love about a really good pho, because I came from the DC area, is that you should taste the anise and the flavors, but it should not be so overpoweringly sweet that it doesn't catch the savor of the meat and the lime and the crunch of the bean sprouts. So yes, this is, yeah. 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 And then my final splash, which if you haven't been, you need to go with your wife, Stat. Okay. I just went this week. Literally hands down favorite burger joint. My sister goes once a week. I go every couple of weeks. Winnie's Tavern. It is off of, it's south side, as you're heading towards, honestly, if you were leaving downtown and heading towards Monkey Junction, it's been open since the 60s. The burgers, you don't pick a temperature. They're cooked the same way every single time. They have gluten-free buns. They've got vegan cheese. There's something for everybody there. And they have mini burgers. And that's what would be really great for your wife. So she doesn't have to get a huge burger. She could do a mini, because that's what I get is the mini size. So you just tell her that I was thinking about her.
So funny you brought that up. Britt, are you familiar with Mooyah Burger on UNCW's campus?
No, I'm not.
Well, now you are.
Okay. Well, now you are.
Britt, when you brought up the burger spot, okay, being a UNCW official,
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I did not bring up Mooyah
Okay.
at one of the best hamburgers you're going to ever encounter in your life.
Okay.
So again, I know this is a worldwide thing. I didn't mean to make it
No, it's fine. I mean,
UNCW centric, but
there are people that live in
or
Wilmington.
sorry, Wilmington centric.
Yeah. But also, here's the thing: is this people live here, but guess what? People travel here, so when they come and they travel,
Yeah, they come here.
they can try this.
They
out.
come here.
But you have to go to Winnie's, and when you go to the places that I was telling you, because you're gonna you're gonna love them. Actually, a couple of them, I'm like, do I want them for dinner tonight? It's because now that's where I'm at. I'm like, this is what happens. I'm very suggestive, but I want to know, what is your favorite coffee shop? in Wilmington now? Because you've been here for a few years. You've been in different parts. You've been in downtown Little
Yeah.
Street, but now you're midtown. Like your experience, you're in Monkey Junction sometimes.
Wow. Great question.
Mm,
So I know you're going to be butthurt about my answer,
I'll get over
but
it.
my answer to your question, actually, I've got two.
Okay.
First one is there's a spot on Second Street called Hidden Garden.
Oh yeah, Hidden Grounds.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, Hidden Grounds.
Yeah.
The coffee is crack, and it hits your bloodstream, and you're a different person, and you're alert, and you're solving the world's problems. And they have this really cool,
From Jeff himself.
like behind the scenes,
Yeah.
hidden, perhaps the name.
Yeah. It's like dinosaurs.
That's number one. Even though I know you're gonna say something about Castle Street, but number two behind that is Bespoke on Princess and Second.
That's good.
They ain't playing no games,
No.
man.
Did you see they also remodeled? The new owner has
Yeah.
reset. So it's alcohol and coffee.
Yes, I'm aware of the remodel. Yes, but first, in all seriousness, um, the hidden grounds place on Second Street is very small, but the staff, the coffee, they do everything you want to do. You know, latte, frappe, ice, mocha, latte, whatever. They do all that, but just the initial, like, you know how like when you go to a coffee shop, like there's like one is a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe
that you're expecting, but then two, I'm expecting coffee beans to hit me.
Yeah.
In my olfactory.
Yeah.
Favorites hidden. Second, Bespoke.
But both great options, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
we really don't have a lack. It really has, like, I do a lot of work with Vigilant Hope now. So I go to the roastery on 16th and Dock Street. That's like my go-to. But like, it's really just about like, what are your vibe? Like, what do you want your vibe to be? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to go to the beach and go to Sundays? Do you want to go to PCJ and just run through the drive-through? That's Port City, Java, for anybody who doesn't know. Do you want to, because there's several where you are, and I think there's probably one on campus. Like, you know, like, do you want to go to Hidden Grounds and just sit outside with your friends? Do you want to go to Casablanca, right? Up in Ogden, and they have lunch there. It's just, what is your vibe? That's really what
is your vibe? Funny you brought that up. I'm going to ask you about your favorite brewery. So I just recently fell in love with the Wilmington Brewing Company. They are over here by UNCW. They are off of gosh.
They're off of Kerr.
My brain's Kerr. Yes. That Tropical Lightning
I hear
that they have, the Tropical Lightning IPA is from outer space. Now, I didn't mean to turn it into a beer thing.
No, it's fine.
But we were talking about coffee, then my natural thought was...
and here's the thing is, like, so I'll give you the perspective because, like, I don't drink. However, I also like Wrightsville Beach Brewery because I like the vibes. I like that you can eat there. What else? We just have actually where I've been that I really enjoy. I don't know if it's a brewery or not, but the Bend is like, I don't think it's a brewery. It's in Ogden. It's got great vibes, good music. I don't think it's a brewery now that I say it.
Yeah, I tell you something that we haven't talked about all these places.
What?
They're all dog friendly.
They really are all dog friendly. Fun fact.
Bring your dog in. Have them come chill by your feet. We don't care.
Yeah.
They're all
so good.
Bring your mutt.
So
have them come sit as you sip.
Yeah. Sit as you sip. Wow, that's a great marketing. You better give that to somebody, Jeff. That's real. Okay, wait. This one I know you're excited to share. So what is a book that you read multiple times that you think somebody should read from this show?
So my first thought, I mean, it's like cliche, but um, I'm sure everybody's read it because we all were forced to. My first thought is To Kill a Mockingbird, and I think the reason why it's important is because I don't want to turn it into a political thing on the show or the talk or whatever. But we're in this really like weird time with deportations, race relations, tariffs, and there's something timeless about Boo Radley, Scout, and them navigating how to handle a black man being wrongfully accused with the only white lawyer in town. I just think that if you wanted to just take a moment and just realize how far we've come, what we've been through, that's my first thought. To Kill a Mockingbird. I wrote that down.
Okay.
Second book I wrote down was A Dog's Purpose.
Okay.
I think that my wife is going to be upset with me, and probably some of your listeners will be too. But I'm not a cat guy. But that that doesn't say that the bond's not real. I think there's a different bond with a dog. I think I mean, whatever. I'm trying to backtrack that
I
now
love
because I know my wife's going to be like, "What are you talking about?" But but um but I I've had boxers my whole life, and I'm just keenly aware of the bond. I'm keenly aware of the spiritual connection they have to protect, how they love, the loyalty, uh, um, how they're how they are a family member. Um, I'm keenly aware of how they mourn.
Mm.
They have a really interesting sense of love and protection. Not that cats don't,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but and then dogs are weird because dogs will hang on to life longer than they should to make you feel better.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Which is a very interesting part of how their brain and proclivity works.
And
Like
what's
they'll suffer through pain and cancer and all this other stuff, lumps on the body,
just make
just to
you
make sure
okay.
you're okay.
Who's the author of that?
Um, I wrote it down too. I can't read I can't read my hieroglyphics.
And I'll put it in the show notes too. So even if
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. I can't read my hieroglyphics.
That's fine. We'll put it in the show notes.
Then the other thing I wrote down was uh, and I can't read my stuff right now. But I think it's important to have a home remedy book where you tap into using natural plants to help cure stuff.
Yeah,
Um, um,
it's good.
you would be amazed what mint can do, what turmeric can do.
Yeah.
Um, you would be blown away what a ginger and so I would encourage anybody listening. I It's a shame I don't have the title, but I wrote down. I just bought a plant-based home remedy book
Mm.
where you can pick the stuff out from the yard and brew it up and sip on it,
Yeah.
and you can cure some stuff. And then what's interesting about the question was, as I was writing down this stuff, I was telling you earlier when we were talking that I'm a cook. I love to cook, and there's no way that I would be able to tell somebody how I create what I create.
Mm.
Um, so I think that ultimately you need a cookbook in the house
Mm.
that hits on everything. So I'll give you an example. Just give me 2 minutes to just
I love it.
spit this to you. Um, Me and my wife just made hibachi last night. It's better than the stuff that they make in front of you where they chop it up and they put the stuff
Believe
on
it.
fire.
Also, I'm
Um,
I'm very upset there was no invite, but that's fine. We'll handle this offline.
but but the point I'm getting to is there's an art to this,
Yeah.
and I think just if you wanted a great Sunday read that would inspire you to make something. So so I make hibachi at the house.
Mhm.
Fried rice from scratch, sesame oil,
Mhm.
peas and carrots, fried egg, and the fried rice. All this is in a wok, by the way. So there's like attention to detail. This isn't in a pan.
No.
You need something that can conduct high heat. Anyway, I'm
I
going off
love
on a
it.
tangent. Point is, To Kill a Mockingbird, A Dog's Purpose was on my list.
Yeah.
Home remedies,
And a cookbook.
and I think you need to have a cookbook that you just. Some people are regimented and like recipes.
Yeah.
Some people just like to just get the gist and then do their own freestyle with it.
That's me. That's me. I think there's probably been a handful of times on both hands that I've followed a recipe before, uh,
Right,
to its T.
right.
What I started to your point is like I think people can get overwhelmed by just books, but I think if you had like a recipe book that you could collect, right? Like you could whether it's print out this recipe, rip it from a magazine, and then it's things you can go back to that are all your own flavors or family recipes, and then you can stick them in the sleeves and yeah.
Okay, so everybody's got their own like timetable with loved ones and stuff. So I've got in my iPhone,
Mm.
I've got every Thanksgiving recipe down, buttoned up that I need to get off of my phone and put in a hard copy moment so it's not digitized.
Yeah.
I've got the prime rib moment. That's got its own thing where you have to make sure that you marinate it. Then you have to broil it so it gets the crust on top. I've got the stuffing down pat.
Yeah.
You got to have sage, celery, onions,
Yeah.
chicken broth.
So hungry.
I've got the turkey down pat. You have to make sure you can't be serving people no dry turkey, man.
No.
You gotta find
No.
you gotta find this happy place in the
Mhm.
middle if you're the turkey person.
Right. Right. I only eat it once a year.
I've
It
got
kind of anno I make it for Friendsgiving, and I'm really good at it, but other than that, I don't I'm like, I don't even like turkey on Thanksgiving. I'll do it for Friendsgiving because I like to show off and flex a little bit because I make, like, a beautifully glazed turkey that looks delicious, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." But after I eat my own, I'm like, "I'm all set till next year. Bye, guys." So, honestly, I
yeah,
could have Indian, I could have steak, I could have some other form of chicken. Turkey once a year is good.
and then too the we're talking about the book part. Uh, you got to make sure you get recipes from people before they check out
Yeah, yeah.
too.
Yeah, I
Like,
actually did that this summer. I took a bunch of photos of my, like, second mom. She had a bunch, and I was like, "Okay, Imma just take photos of them." Now, I do need to spend the time to write them out, don't get me wrong. Say I'm in the same boat as you, but there's something powerful being like, "Ooh, let me take this recipe, let me take this recipe." So, yeah, take that intentional time. That could be that's such a gift.
what? What a great conversation,
Incredible
man! Like,
conversation.
what? I mean, okay. So
And just to give
my
the
takeaway,
audience context for before you do
yeah,
this is like you and I, we talked about this last year when we first met. So you guys, and
yeah.
something just for a lot of different reasons that had nothing to do with Jeff just didn't feel right. It didn't feel this was the time. And I just trusted that like he's on my list and I will trust when the Holy Spirit says it's time. And literally 2 months ago, the Holy Spirit's like, reach out to Jeff. It's time. And it's literally like all the things that have played out and have come to fruition and have literally just orchestrated were this wouldn't have made sense while you were still with the city of Wilmington. This conversation wouldn't
Yeah.
have been as good if I'm being honest. Like literally just trusting in that timing for this interview has been such a huge blessing.
Uh, I I think the other thing too that I want to kind of leave with that we're kind of I mean we're kind of wrapping up is is what a great time to to be here and know that there's greater stuff to come. I think that's the summary of what I wanted to express to you today. What a great time to whatever transition period you're in your life. What a great time to be trying to galvanize and get your thoughts together and move forward with the next plan or stay with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
I can tell you honestly that you don't know what's coming next. You don't know what's coming next.
No.
All you can do is be in a position to receive it.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Gosh, thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being on the show. I'm so grateful. The entirety of our show notes for today are going to be just all of the restaurant recommendations, one after the other. So you guys, will put all that in the show notes. We'll put all the books in the show notes. And I just hope that everybody is leaving today, not only getting to just see the nuances of God in the story, but also just Jeff's humility and grace and honesty about the journey that he's been on. And I hope and I pray that someone is blessed today. You guys follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the places you can follow us. This is on YouTube, so ring the bell or whatever that means to subscribe and get these updates. Follow the show wherever you listen to podcasts. And as always, do good things, make me proud, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.